o'clock. I appreciate Mr. Smith mentioning about my attendance at Ferrum Junior College. I love Ferrum Junior College. I think one of the things that you have to do in life, and I quote Coach Saunders, is to live a dream. You must have a dream, folks. You have to have a goal, and you have to have a backup. And my backup plan started at Ferrum Junior College. I thought I was a baseball player. The coach did not. And I was back up to a young man who played at the New York Mets, so I decided baseball wasn't my game, at least to play. So I decided to go into teaching, and the first year I taught at Cave Spring Elementary. I was there for 2 weeks in the 6th grade, and suddenly a young man said to me, "I want to be just like you." And I thought, gee, only 2 weeks and I've already become a legend. And I looked at him and I said, "Why would you like to do that?" And he said, "You're the only male in an all-female faculty." It's one of the wisest kids I knew. And basically from there, I want to thank some people today. I wouldn't be here, I wouldn't have done what I've done without the help, especially to people like the woman who's my wife. She's my greatest love in this world, and she is special. She gave me 2 daughters, who gave me 2 sons who are not sons-in-laws, they're sons. And Brad and Chester, 2 of the nicest men I've ever met. I have 4 grandchildren. I would be remiss if I did not name them. Hayes, Harrison, Ava, Tegan. I got it right, girls. And Harrison. Basically, I would like to thank custodians. I find that if you are nice to people, they will be nice to you. And custodians have been a real joy for me. Cafeteria workers, I love them. They give me extra nuggets. I love those ladies. The staff, the administration, it is really great. I would be remiss to try to name everybody who's had an impact on me. I will name or shout out, I hate that term. I will shout out 3 people. One is Mac Williams, who is our technology man, who dragged this resisting dinosaur into the 21st century. And I thank you, Mac. The second is Darden Freeman. After my injury in 2002, I was able to return to baseball. I matched up with him, and we have had a successful ride. And this year, in case you have been in a cave somewhere, we've had the best baseball season in the history of Radford High School. For the first time, we have qualified for the state. For the first and second time, we've won regional games. We play Saturday night at 7 o'clock. And if you want to follow us to playing, you better follow us, and that's exactly right. I would also like to thank my work wife. This is okay with Nancy. Lane Arterbright and I have been working together for 20 years. This ends our relationship, but we have an amicable divorce. Elaine will I will let Elaine keep her children and Joe and the dog. She will let me keep Nancy and the children, and we will be best of friends always. Thank you, Elaine. I would remind you to please have a plan, please have a goal, and have a backup plan. Before I close, I want to read you what Bill Gates, the richest man in America, only 46 billion, says to this. To anyone with kids of any age, or anyone who's ever been a kid, here's some advice Bill Gates recently dished out at a high school speech in California about 11 things they did not and will not learn in high school. He talks about how feel-good, politically correct teachings created a generation of kids with no concept of reality, and how this concept set them up for failure in the real world. I repeat, here we go. Rule number 1, life is not fair, get used to it. Rule number 2, the world won't care about your self-esteem. The world will expect you to accomplish something before you feel good about yourself. Rule 3, you will not make $40,000 a year right out of high school. You won't be a vice president with a car phone until you earn it. Number 4, if you think your teacher is tough, wait till you get a boss. Number 5, flipping burgers is not beneath your dignity. Your grandparents had a different word for burger flipping. They called it opportunity. If you mess up, it's not your parents' fault, so don't whine about your mistakes. Learn from them. Rule 7. Before you were born, your parents weren't as boring as they are now. They got that way from paying your bills, cleaning your clothes, and listening to you talk about how cool you are. So before you save the rainforest from parasites of your parents' generation, try delousing your closet. Rule number 8, your school may have done away with winners and losers, but life has not. In some schools, they've abolished failing grades, and they'll give you the test as many times as it takes you to take it. This doesn't bear the slightest resemblance to anything in real life. Rule number 9, life is not divided into semesters. You don't get summers off, and very few employers are interested in helping you find yourself. Do that yourself. Number 10, television is not real life. In real life, people actually have to leave the coffee shop to go to work. Rule number 11, be nice to nerds. Chances are you'll end up working for one. A very rich nerd taught me that information. I close with 2 items. I always remember a lawyer who made this comment. The lawyer said, what you are is God's gift to you. What you become is your gift to God. And I close with Martin Luther King, and I told the senior class I would do this, and here it comes. Free at last, thank God Almighty.